As always, bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we are making a delicious pasta dish that's very easy to make and promises to be one of the best tasting pasta dishes you'll ever taste. We're talking Spanish style spaghetti with tuna meatballs. Now the beauty of this recipe, besides the fact that it's made with the most basic pantry staples, like canned tomato sauce and canned tuna, is that it's all done in a little over 30 minutes, yet it feels like it's been simmering for hours. Folks serve this pasta dish next to a garden salad, a crunchy baguette, and of course a bottle of Spanish wine. But more specifically from the region of Ribera del Duero, you're gonna have yourself one heck of a great meal. All right, let's begin by prepping the tuna meatballs first. I'm gonna drain 2 cans of tuna in olive oil into a fine sieve with a bowl underneath. The size of each can is 5 ounces, which is about 140 grams. And we'll gently flake the tuna to remove any of the excess oil. And as for the drained olive oil from the canned tuna, I'm not going to be using it in this recipe, but as always, you can use it as a salad dressing or even to make some delicious scrambled eggs. Then we'll add the drained tuna into a large bowl, crack 2 eggs over the tuna, add in a 1/4 cup of plain breadcrumbs, which is 30 grams, finely grate in 1 clove of garlic. If you don't have a grater, you can use finely minced the garlic. 2 tablespoons of finely chopped onions, which is 8 grams. And 2 tablespoons of finely chopped fresh parsley, which is 8 grams. You can substitute this for 1/3 the amount of dried parsley. Then we'll season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll mix it together until everything's well mixed. Once everything is well mixed, make sure to push down on the mixture to end up with a paste-like texture. If you see that your mixture is a little too wet, just add in some more breadcrumbs in there. Once we end up with a paste-like texture, let's start shaping our tuna meatballs. I like each one to be a little bit smaller than a golf ball, but you can make them in whatever size you want. The most important thing, make sure as you're shaping each one that you tightly compact that mixture. That way once you cook them, they hold their shape and they don't fall apart. For the next step, let's start cooking our dish. I'm going to fill a stock pot with some cold water. You want to go to a little over the halfway point. Then we'll season generously with sea salt and heat it with a high heat. At the same time, I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat and add in 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. After a couple minutes, I'm going to start adding the tuna meatballs into the pan, making sure they're all in a single layer. And we're going to lightly fry the tuna meatballs, just between 3 to 4 minutes or until they're lightly golden fried. And you don't have to mix them around continuously, but do get in there every minute or so, that way they're evenly cooked all around. After about 4 minutes, and the tuna meatballs are lightly golden fried, I'm going to remove them from the fry pan and set them aside. Now using the same pan with the same heat, I'm going to add in 1 small onion that I finely chopped and 4 cloves of garlic that I roughly chopped. And we'll mix the veggies around, that way they're all coated in that olive oil, and as always, make sure to mix this continuously, that way everything evenly sautés. After about 3 to 4 minutes, and the onion is nice and translucent, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is about 2.5 grams, and half a teaspoon of dried thyme, which is half a gram. And we'll give it a quick mix until everything's well mixed together. And let me tell you, the combination of the paprika and thyme is what gives this tomato sauce that beautiful depth of flavors. As always, you'll find a link where you can get the Spanish one I'm using from Kiva in the description box below. And if you buy it from that link, you'll also get 25% off your order. Then we'll add in a 14.5 ounce can of tomato sauce, which is 410 grams. And a 14.5 ounce can of diced tomatoes, which once again is 410 grams. Then we'll add in 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, which once again is 8 grams. And we'll season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And if you see that your tomato sauce is a little bit too acidic, you just add in a little sugar in there or even a little baking soda. And we'll give it a mix until everything's well mixed together. Then we'll add in the tuna meatballs into the sauce. And we'll give it a gentle mix. That way the tuna meatballs are evenly coated in that sauce. And we'll lower it to a low-medium heat. While our tomato sauce is simmering and all the flavors are developing, let's move back to the stock pot. As you can see, the water's now at a boil, so it's time to cook our pasta. I'm going to grab 225 grams of spaghetti, which is about 8 ounces, and add it into the stock pot with the boiling water. And we're going to cook the spaghetti until it's just cooked al dente, which is 10 minutes in my case. So make sure to check the package instructions in the pasta that you're using. And you don't have to mix the spaghetti around continuously, but do get in there every 2 minutes or so. That way the pasta doesn't stick together and it all evenly cooks. Once the spaghetti's cooked al dente, I'm going to start transferring it directly from the stock pot into the pan with the sauce and tuna meatballs. And let me tell you, it's okay if a little of that starchy water gets into the sauce. It's actually going to give it a beautiful silky texture. Then we'll turn off the heat in the sauce and give it a gentle mix until all the spaghetti is coated in the tomato sauce. Then we'll transfer some of the pasta into a serving dish. And we'll garnish it with some fresh parsley. Check it out, Spanish-style spaghetti with tuna meatballs. Beautiful presentation, the most basic pantry staples, and all done in a little over 30 minutes. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. Pasta lovers from around the world reunite for this beautiful looking pasta dish. Here we go. It is absolutely delicious. Like wow factor good. All the flavors are in my palate right now. It just makes you want to dance. The tomato sauce, like I told you at the beginning, feels like it's been simmering for hours. And then those tuna meatballs, taking things to the next level. Folks, give this a try at home. Comes together in a little over 30 minutes. Perfect for a busy weeknight, yet luxurious enough for a relaxed weekend lunch next to a bottle of Spanish wine once again from Ribera del Duero. Really quick before I go, shout out to a couple of my patrons, Richard Esby, Lisa Larea, Marco Steenbergen, Holly Parker, and Rogelio Jr. Rivera. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way we can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.